morning, everyone. Today at TRIS, we have Pooja Chaurushi, a prominent and well-acclaimed personality in triathlon. She has been 7 times a champion from India in triathlon and is the only and the first level 2 certified triathlon coach in India. The Golden Girl, as named by the Times of India in 2010, is here to talk with us about her achievements, her journey, and her setbacks. So the first question that I would like to ask you is that I read about your accomplishments and I found them extremely impressive. But of course, your journey couldn't have been a bed of roses. So how was your beginning? Can you brief us about that?
Yeah, sure. So I started my journey at the age of 9 as a swimmer. By the time I was 10, I started winning medals in nationals. I won my very first medal at the age of 10 in aquatic championship, age group championship. Then after I got into long distance swimming, which includes 36 kilometers in sea swimming. There also I won multiple medals. I became the first athlete from Gujarat to win national medal in that. And after 2 times participation in this open water championship, 3rd time when I went there, I won gold medal over there. Now what I was facing in this entire journey is, for training for 36 kilometer kind of long event, you need endurance training. And I was only getting 1 hour in the pool during summer days. So I had to opt for some different option to take care of my endurance. That's how I got into running. And then I came to know about a sport called aquathlon, which is combination of swimming and running. I participated in that championship in 2004. Became first athlete from India, from Gujarat to win bronze medal. So that was kind of turning point for Gujarat in the field of aquathlon. After winning continuously, from next year onwards, I started winning gold medal in the same sport. And in 2006, when I went for my national aquathlon championship, I won gold medal over there. Next day we had medal ceremony, so I had to stay back for the medal ceremony. And I came to know that next day they have triathlon event also. There was no entry from my state, so the federation guys, they approached. Okay, there is no one from your state. If you wish to participate, looking at your past performance, we think that you should participate. So it's like, okay, if you can arrange a bicycle for me, I would definitely want to participate in the triathlon. They did arrange a bicycle from one of the labor who was working over there. Got me bike next day morning. I participated with that. Being fastest swimmer, I came out of water first. But when I started my cycling, I was the last one to finish my cycling leg, which was 20 kilometers of cycling. And then I started running, which was 5 kilometers. And I could see at one and the other athletes, and I started covering them. And I ended up winning gold medal over there. That was kind of shock and surprising kind of situation for me and a turning point in my life. That's when I got selected for 33rd National Games, which was just after 4 months in 2007 February. I got selected for that. That was the senior category event where we have to do 1.5 kilometers of swim, 40 kilometers of cycling, and 10 kilometers of run back to back. I went there. I did not have the proper equipment for the event because any racing cycle would cost me more than 1.5 lakhs. And 2007, talking about 1.5 lakhs, is really something like you can easily get a car by that time. So, and my financial background was not that great. Our family background was not that great. So I got a sponsorship from a local person over there who got me 8,000 rupees normal Indian bike. I trained on that, went for the event, and won gold medal with the record time. The second athlete who came after me was 4 minutes behind me. So, and in that race particular, mine was the only gold medal won by the Gujarat state, which drastically changed the state ranking of in the entire national games. And we were going somewhere around 20, 21 rank, and suddenly we got into top 10. And that's how I became famous within the ministry also, because there was only one athlete who could win that. That's how I got into triathlon. Now, in my triathlon journey, there were times when I met with an accident or I broke my leg, I had a fracture and I had to participate in the race. So those kind of things also happened in the next national games, which was in Jharkhand. I had fracture a week before and still I had to participate and represent my state. I did that. I ended up winning silver medal over there. and then end up spending 4 months in the hospital because of the fracture. So those kind of ups and downs has always been there. It was never a easy journey. But one thing I can say is every challenge that I faced made me stronger than before. And it gave me even more motivation and encouragement to do something for the country, because the ultimate goal was, like any other athlete, was to participate in the Olympics. And that actually helped me reach to the Asian Games also.
Triathlon is a very unique and not very common sport in India. So what made you choose that as your career?
Like I said, that I accidentally got into triathlon. I went for aquathlon and got into triathlon. And when I won my very first medal at 33rd National Games, that was the turning point. After that, the coaches who knew me throughout my journey as a swimmer or aquathlete thought that I can have a better future in triathlon, and I have certain kind of inbuilt talent for the sport. I can do wonders for India. So they suggested me, and I took up that opportunity. And after 1 year, I got selected for international, my very first Asian Cup and Asian Championship races. So that's how I get into triathlon. And later, I got selected for Asian Games and World Triathlon Championship, becoming first and only athlete to participate in World Championship and Asian Games.
Okay, so the difficulties that you faced as an athlete in your beginning of the journey inspired you to become a coach. So how has your journey as a coach been, and what do you like most about it?
So as an athlete, when I got into triathlon, there was no specific triathlon coach available. So I had to go to 3 different coaches for swimming, cycling, and running. And each of my coach wanted 100% from me, which eventually started giving me more and more injuries because I was not getting enough time for recovery. And that was the time when I had this thought that whenever I'll be getting out of the professional participation in triathlon, then I will get into coaching so that the challenges that I'm facing right now, the next generation do not have to face them, and they can reach to the level where I have reached in a shorter time than me, or can reach to like much better level than where I could have been reached, right? So that was the motivation behind being coach. Now, when I got into coaching, I realized that being athlete is much more easier than being coach. That was one thing. Because when I was athlete, I had to experiment with myself if I want to do something different, right? So I had responsibility of myself. But when I became coach, I came to know that I have responsibility of somebody else's life, for somebody else's career. So I have to be more concentrated on the job. I have to be more responsible about the steps that I am taking, the actions that I am taking. So that is one thing that made me a different person once I got into coaching. And I think what makes me feel happy even today is I could be, the catalyst, I would say, for other people to reach to their goals. Like many of my athletes, they got into Asian Championship, they got selected for Asian Championship, won Asian Cup medals. One of my athletes became Euro-Asian champion, and one of my athletes also became first Ironman lady who finished her first full Ironman distance race. So she's the first one from India. So those kind of achievements, or having maximum half Ironman athletes or full Ironman athletes in India, that's the kind of achievements which makes me feel that, okay, I have done something. That's the happy feeling and motivation for me to keep doing this.
So can you tell us about that? What is so fascinating about the sport you have taken?
First of all, it's a combination of 3 different sports, right? So you are never doing one thing. So the excitement of doing sports is never so monotonous. Sometimes you are training for swimming, sometimes you are training for cycling, sometimes you are training for running. And best part that I felt about triathlon is you get to travel to different places. That was my favorite part, that I can travel across the world and I can meet different people, I can explore different culture. That was something that always fascinated me to do this sport.
So as an Indian woman in sports, how has your journey been, and did you face any setbacks? What were they?
So as an Indian woman, yes, we all know that this is male-dominant country.
Yes.
Yeah, initially when I got into sports, there was no other female that was there in the field, so I had to train with, most of the time I have to train with boys or male athletes. Yes, there were times when, parents of those male athletes, they used to say that, okay, sir is focusing more on her only, just because I was coming ahead of all the boys. And when you're coming ahead of them, your coach is going to be like, provide little bit more attention towards you because you are participating in a higher level than the others. So those are the things that used to bother parents. Also, when it comes to federation or association, we all know that you have to face many politics. Yes, so I have also faced almost similar kind of things. Though when I got into federation as a coach, I did try to work on those things, that we can bring more equality amongst male and female athletes. Because there were times when you get selected for the major competitions, they would give first preference to the male team, rather than giving you that preference. Even if you are, you have achieved that, you deserve that, you won't get those kind of chances. So yeah, I have also had those share of challenges in my life. So, and today I'm the only female in the entire federation. So every day I have to face some other things, because you have to make your place. Though I have succeeded, but there's still a long way to go. And as an athlete also, I would say like now things are changing. And we are trying to bring more and more equality. Even the Olympic Council, I'm also working with International Olympic Committee, and over there also we are trying to get more and more, like get 50-50 for both male and female, right? So things are changing, and I think in near future things will be much better.
So can you tell us about that? What are the other opportunities in this sports, rather being an athlete or a coach?
So there are multiple things. See, this is a myth that you can either be a good athlete or a good coach. Right? There are opportunities, like you can get into support staff, like you can become a sports psychologist, you can become a sports physiotherapist, sports physician, which is really, really less explored field. People hardly know that even sports physician is the branch available, right? And not just talking about the science stream things, there are things which comes out of commerce stream also, like you can become sports manager, you can have a sports management company. There are hundreds of things. You can become an interviewer, right? Yeah. Work as the MC at different events. So there are hundreds of opportunities available out there for female, for male, for those people who are coming from a conservative background where you're not allowed to stay out for long and all. You still have multiple options. So I don't think we should just talk about, okay, I'm not a good athlete, I'm going to get into coaching. No. Take up that sport, or don't leave that sport after you get into 10th or 12th, that okay, there is no life, there is no opportunity because I'm not a good athlete. You might go for one of this field and have a good lifestyle for yourself, have good earning for yourself, because at the end of the day, majority of us, we focus on having a good job, right? Because anyways, we all have to take care of the bread butter of the family.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So this is a very wide stream or a scope.
Yes. And if you go more and more deep, this is a wide topic also. I can talk on this particular topic, exploring each and every field for almost an hour, which, like, of course, we don't have that much time. Yeah. And, like, after having this kind of knowledges, this actually helped me to get with the IOC, or to get selected as a top 5 high-performance female coaches in the world. So that hasn't been the easy journey, but just because I got into it, I met different people, and I could come to know that there are hundreds of other things. Yeah. Now I'm working as a mentor and a facilitator with World Triathlon and in IOC. So that's another field, right? Yeah. Yes. So I'm coach, and I'm facilitator, and I'm a mentor. So once you get into it, you have hundreds of opportunities to explore.
Okay, so we read about your achievements and we found them extremely inspiring. We were left in awe. But what, according to you, are the qualities that led to these achievements?
Of course, dedication, discipline. Those two things is required. And one thing that I always tell to each and every person I meet, or all the athletes that I work with, is once you have a goal, a dream, write it down in front of you, in front of your bed, so that every morning you wake up, you can see that. Yeah. And that is going to be your driving force to reach to that goal.
Morning motivation.
Yes. So stay connected to what is your goal. It's not going to be easy. There are going to be people who will tell you that this is not made for you. You shouldn't be doing this. If you are walking on a new path, like I did, people are going to tell you that this is not the path you should be walking. Log aisa nahi karte.
Yes.
So that is always going to be there.
Society pressure.
Yeah, society pressure, peer pressure is always going to be there. So if you think you are doing it right, or this is the right thing to do for you, keep doing it till you achieve it. Don't give up because it is difficult, or because you are facing a lot of challenges, or because people are saying it is not doable. And then you will definitely achieve your goal.
Yes.
So, ma'am, what is your message for the today's young youth?
See, nowadays things have changed drastically. Now youth has become highly impatient.
Yeah.
They want result a very second year. Now kids who come to me for training, I have an academy, PC TRIS Sports Academy. So over there, whenever I see a kid or a parent come to me, after a year they want medals. And then, see, it is not going to happen. You have to put up your efforts. You have to stick to it. Because it can take you 3 years, it can take you 4 years, it can take you 10 years also. So just stick to it. Don't go for the easy way out. And do whatever you want to do, where you want to get into. Like it can be arts, it can be sports, it can be dance or anything. But if you love it, if you like it, focus on that. Don't follow your friends because let's say you are into basketball. So I should not be running behind you for the basketball, right? Or I'm into triathlon. You don't have to run behind me for triathlon because maybe that's not your forte.
Yeah.
You can be a really good basketball athlete. I can be a really good triathlete. So we have to just focus on what is our strength or forte is, instead of blindly following friends. And then you will see wonders in your life.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for speaking with us today and inspiring the students.
It was a
And-
pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, and there is one more thing that I would like to add up over here. It's not just about the kid or an athlete or a student. To make up an international athlete or a best student, that person is going to need family support. It is always a teamwork. You are going to need your parents to be there. And if parents are not going to put up that much effort, if they are not ready to stand with their kids, they should not expect their kids to do wonders in their life.
True.
So it is equally important to have an entire family dedicated for the same thing. Thank you so much. It was nice being over here.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for speaking with us today. So here we had Ms. Pooja Chaurushi speaking to us about her journey and her setbacks and the qualities that made her who she is. She says it took her dedication, hard work, discipline, and perseverance to reach her position as a prominent personality in triathlon.
And her message for today's young blood is that you don't have to be impatient for what you are doing. You have to be patient, you have to be perseverant. Your efforts and sheer determination will make you this, what she is right now. So be patient and be perseverant, and then you'll get the sweet fruit of success.